Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet tutorial. So this is another stitch pattern tutorial and we will be looking at how to make small shells but on the forward pass. So traditionally the shell stitch patterns are created on the return pass. So I've developed one that is created on the forward pass and it's a small shell consisting of 3 stitches. So to begin with, we will first chain, and the multiple for this stitch pattern is 3 plus 2. So you will need to chain multiples of 3 plus 2. So we will first make a slip knot, insert the hook in the loop, and then we chain. So that's yarn over and pull through, counts as a chain 1. So we will go and do one more, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. So I'm going to make 2 more repeats. That's another 3 and 3 more, and then we have to also remember the plus 2, so that's 1 and 2. Then we turn the stitch or the chains around and we will insert the hook from front to back under the back bump of the chain stitches, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we will be adding loops on the forward pass, working through each of the chains of the foundation chain. So you will again end up with the number of stitches that equal the number of chains. So for me it's 11. I had 11 chains, so I should have 11 loops on the hook, and that's your forward pass. And at the moment we are working on the foundation row. So foundation row in Tunisian crochet is when you basically set up the project for the stitch pattern. So this was forward pass, adding the loops on the hook through working through the back palms of your chain stitches. Starting your project this way creates a nice bottom edge that looks like chains. We'll then work return pass, and for this project or for this stitch pattern we will work standard return pass, which is yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and we will keep on repeating yarn over, pull through 2 all the way along until we have 1 loop left on the hook, like so. Okay, so that's your foundation row, and now we will start working the stitch pattern. And this stitch pattern is worked over 1 row, so it's 1 row repeat, so it's very easy. Okay, so we will first start by working a stitch through the front horizontal bar. So that's here, this one here. The very first one is very short, so it's kind of hiding under the stitches, so it's a little bit harder to work into it, but it is possible. So this will be the first stitch. So we will insert the hook under the front horizontal bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, and now we are going to work double decrease stitch. So we will work the Tunisian simple stitch and the next 3 vertical bars, and by that we decrease by 2 stitches. So we insert the hook under 1, 2 and 3 front vertical bars, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, and then work under the next front horizontal bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we also work under the back horizontal bar. So again, this stitch is hiding a little bit at the back. It's the back part of that chain on the top, like so, and then work the double decrease stitch. So we will go under 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then again front horizontal bar, back horizontal bar. So I'm working with the cotton yarn, so it's a little bit less stretchy, but it's nice, has got very good visibility. So if you are using something like acrylic, I used for the small swatch here, that's going to be much easier to work under the horizontal bars. Okay, so we are under the back horizontal bar, then we will insert the hook under the next 3 vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then the next front horizontal bar and the end stitch. So the end stitch is worked under both strands of the very last stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, so as you can see with this, with creating the shells, we decreased by 2 stitches. So that's why we started working under the horizontal bars, to be able to increase the number of stitches so that we wouldn't have less loops and less stitches in the consecutive rows, but we will need it to even out the number of stitches. That's why we decreased 2 stitches, and we needed to equally increase the 2 stitches to maintain the stitch count. Okay, and standard return pass, so this was yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and just keep on working yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to go and run through that basic stitch pattern with you once more, and then I'll show you how to bind off the project. So again, we are going to start by working under the front horizontal bar, so we increase 1 stitch, then work under the next 3 front vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, we decrease 2 stitches, then work under the front horizontal bar, so that's increase stitch, back horizontal bar, that's another increase stitch, work under the next 3 vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, so that's decrease 2, then front horizontal bar, increase 1, back horizontal bar, increase 1, and 1 more shell, so that's work under the next 3 vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, that's double decrease, and then front horizontal bar, that's an increase, and then an end stitch. Okay, and then you will just keep on going. If you've got a multiple of more stitches, so that's another 3 plus 2, you'll just keep on going along the row, and then we will do yarn over, pull through 1, and over, pull through 2, and so on. And now for the bind off, so you can either do Tunisian simple stitch bind off, so you would go under the next front vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on the hook like so, and just do that for every stitch. However, if you work stitches this way, it can create top row which doesn't really fit into the overall stitch pattern. So as you can see, we've got 2 rows of small shells, and then you've got this extra row on the top that where the stitch pattern doesn't match. Or we can bind off slightly different way, so we can maintain the stitch pattern. So we would go under the next front horizontal bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and bind off, then work the small shell and bind off. Okay, now we've got working under the next front horizontal bar, bind off. You can bind off under the front back horizontal bar, small shell again, and just keep on going with it all the way across the row. And if you bind off in this way, you can see that the stitch pattern continues all the way to the top of the project. So if you're working on something that really looks nice with the lace all over, you can try the stitch pattern bind off, and it will give you much nicer results than the Tunisian simple stitch bind off. Okay, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. I hope you find it inspiring and try the stitch pattern in your next project or in some of the future projects, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.